quick shout out to the Tebbs family who unfortunately lost their dog this week.
Rest in peace, Dougal. I met Dougal once or twice.
Pip,
lovely dog.
Maisie's mum, Pip, just asked me to give a little bit of a mention. A great dog, an absolute unit, by the way. What a man. Dog, man, person, thing.
And it is sad to think if my dog died now, I'd be heartbroken. Dog does become a part
It's
of the
very sad. It's very sudden. So R.I.P. to Dougal.
Hold on.
Testing, just testing if this is recording.
Of course, I want to bank.
Right, set it.
Also, what's your fucking bank card doing in the way of the camera?
And I gotta stay high all the time.
Shall I go backwards, Cat?
To keep you off my mind.
I'm going to go backwards, Cat.
So you're going to be a cunt for this one. This will be my luck. There's a wasp on my phone. I bet that wasp lands on that stop button and just stops fucking recording.
Fucking subscribe to the channel. I'm fucking sick of you not fucking subscribing.
Think of all the YouTubers are on YouTube, right? Number one trending yesterday.
Are
you listening?
Yeah, number one trending yesterday. I don't know what it'll be. It's not about
number one trending yesterday was a girl opening her A-level results.
Oh, really?
It has 20,000 views, and it was number one trending.
Really? Interesting.
How?
That's quite interesting.
I don't know where they get these trending figures from, though. Is it how fast the video picks
She's
up?
probably paid to have it trended. Does she have good results?
Alright. Didn't get into uni, but...
How?
She got her results, but... It's because you have unconditional and conditional offers, don't you? She probably needed specific grades.
Rubbish. Even I got an unconditional offer for you too, actually.
What course?
Business management.
Anyone can get on that.
Exactly why I didn't do it.
I can guess on that.
So I got Sheffield Hallam and Nottingham Trent unconditionals. And I said, you know what, fuck it. Nah. Wank. The only reason I said no to going to uni was because I went on like an open day and I went to the accommodation things. I went in one and it was alright. It's just a room and an ensuite, obviously. A shared kitchen. I thought, yeah, I could probably live here. This is decent. They go, yeah, so it's £250 a week. I go, whoa.
A week?
I don't know how much it was. I can't remember, but it's so expensive. I went, how much for a room? Just for one bedroom and a little ensuite. I couldn't believe it.
How's it going again? Episode...
What's going on, people?
Oh my god. Episode 13 on Friday. It's going to go down terribly.
What do you mean?
Friday 13, isn't it?
No.
No, it's not there.
Episode 13 of the podcast.
Oh my god, it's the 14th, isn't it, today? Yeah.
It's really hot and I chose to wear dark colours. Silly, really. What a silly man.
No, I've got my trackies on.
That must
I'm
be
quite comfortable in these, no?
I mean, you must be hot, surely.
It's weird, I'm hot up here, but not down here. Yeah, down here's alright.
That's thick top, that is.
Thickish. It's alright.
Thickish. Did your haircut? That looks good.
It's alright, isn't it? Better than it looked. Anything's better than how it looked.
That top needs sorting out, though. No, it's just still not grown back, is what I mean.
Yeah, that fucking stupid barber before, weren't it?
My guy.
That's what you get for having haircuts in someone else's garden. My barber said that. He looked at my hair.
Have you gone back to your actual barber?
Yeah. And he just stared at it. He went, who the fuck has cut this? I just went, I know, it's awful. And he went, no, they butchered it.
I would have done a better job. I actually really
No,
would have.
you would have, yeah.
I would have done a great job. Do mine every Friday, I just couldn't be asked.
The way he cut my hair before, if I have a photo, I'll overlay it here. It was like I was going to the Marines. It was mental.
It wasn't that bad.
It was terrible. Today's episode is...
Be careful, my mum's in bed.
We've seen kids getting their A-levels results. Results are a bit of a weird thing at the minute. It's the whole... I don't get it. You can choose to have your mock result, can't you, if you don't like your actual result? Imagine if we had that option.
Oh, really? What, because of Corona? Oh, really? Okay.
You can choose you have your mock result, your predicted result, or you can take your exam. It's insane.
Why would I take the exam then?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The predicted results are always really high, aren't they? Mine were like B's and A's.
They predicted me A's even though they knew I was stupid.
What, A-level? Or GCSE? Yeah.
A-level, they didn't give me a chance to know it. They were just like, look, it's not worth it. I went, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
As long as they're honest. But yeah, we're going to talk about... briefly a bit about school, but mainly life after school, because there's probably kids watching thinking, what's life entail after school?
There's no kids watching us
It's fucking
thinking.
shit.
There's
It's fine.
There's no kids watching this going, what's life entail after school?
There's no one watching in general.
No.
School.
Yeah. Best years of your life.
Not really.
100%.
I wasn't a fan of school.
That's because the school weren't a fan of you.
Yeah, no, that's honestly what it was. Yeah. School didn't like me. I didn't like school. Match made an L, really.
Really? I don't know. I'd do anything to go back.
Really. Why? What about it?
It was just fucking great. 9 till 3 with all your mates. An hour of sitting in a lesson, you go outside, kick about. Football at lunch. Eating your sandwiches, kicking a ball about. Sixth form, unbelievable. I do hope to go back.
Really.
Anything. Remember them like 3 periods where a couple would have a free and you'd go, should we just have a kickabout? You just have a kickabout while everyone's in lessons.
Yeah, it is mad actually.
Oh, so good. It was just fantastic. There's no worries. Don't matter. Life's fantastic.
I don't know about the Ferris, but there was something about John Taylor sixth form I didn't like. We had the 3 periods and dicking about, you'd go play kickabout and stuff. They put so much pressure on you constantly where there was rules in the end where you couldn't leave sight on your 3 periods. It was, I don't know if the Ferris was as bad, but what I remember first year was terrible. I didn't like sixth form. Wasn't for me.
Or just couldn't leave at all.
Yeah, it got to a point. At the beginning they were lenient and it was fun because you did feel like an adult and you could... Although you knew you had the option to go out and dick about if you wanted, part of you would be like, I'll do it for a bit, but I want to use this time wisely. If you had the common sense to use it. But they got into a point in the end where you just couldn't leave in your 3 periods. Even if you had a lesson, say 9 till 10, and then your next lesson went till 2, you couldn't leave.
Really?
And I didn't like that. I thought, no, I'm not a fan of this.
You see, at our school, the first year was like you could do it. I'm pretty sure first year sixth form was like you could do what you want. Like it didn't matter if you didn't want to be there in your 3 periods. If you didn't want to be there in lessons, whatever, it's your choice. But then the second year they brought in bandings based on like an overall score, which was based on, I think, like grades, attendance, specifically attendance as well. And like bronze banding was you had to be in every hour of the day. Didn't matter. Even if you didn't have a lesson till 1, you had to be in at 9 o'clock. Which you're a bit of a dickhead to be on bronze. Silver, I can't remember what the bandings were. I can't remember what silver was. Gold was like you could do what you want. Just go home on your freeze if you want.
Oh, really?
And then there was the banding that I was in, which was, I don't care. I'm going home.
Brilliant. Just made your own rules up.
I'm not sticking about. You think I am?
Yeah, that was what it was for us. I never understood where there was days I didn't have a lesson till 12:30. It starts being at 9. I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm staying at home. Because the point where I was when I thought everyone else is in school anyway, I will be productive at home. And regardless of if I'm in school with my mates, I'm going to dick about. If I'm at home while everyone else is in their lessons, I'll work. And they never understood. They were like, no, you have to come in. Why? Because I'm just going to dick about when I come in.
I
don't know. It's a difficult one. You are an adult, but you're not an adult. That's what I didn't like about it. It was switching.
You would have
whenever
hated
it
second year
them.
when you turn 18.
Yeah, that's why.
Because I remember, because I used to live 10-minute walk from school, so just walk 10 minutes from home. And I remember when I was 18 and they were trying to tell me I was put on bronze or silver or whatever, and they were like, you can't go over. And I was like, I'm 18 years old. Fuck off.
Yeah. And I remember an argument I had with one time, when they were doing the lesson. I just said, look, miss, I'm off to the toilet, be back in a sec. They went mental at me and they went, no. You ask. I was like, I'm paying tax. I'm paying national insurance. If I want to go for a piss, I'm going for a piss.
You weren't paying tax at that
We were
age.
working at...
You weren't earning enough money to pay tax.
I was doing 24 hours a week, I was. So enough to pay a little bit.
Nah.
Well, national insurance. I was paying national insurance. I was saying, look, that's my point. I'm paying national insurance.
Right, okay, sure.
I
see your point.
if I want to go for a fucking piss, I'm going for a piss.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a bit annoying. I remember because I used to smoke, and obviously you can't smoke in school, so I used to have to go to the park on the corner, and sixth form, because I used to smoke when we weren't in sixth form before, like year 11 and 10, and if you got caught smoking, you were fucked. Like you couldn't even go down that way because the teachers would watch all the kids going between campuses, and if you went that way, you get bollocks. And it was like I smoked, and it was almost like you're not allowed to do that, but also you're 18 years old, I guess, do what you want.
Yeah.
It was I just loved it. I used to be late every day. I used to wake up every day at 9:30 and think, oh, fuck. Because my lessons were always early, it's 9 till 12 and I was done. Which was sound, but also wank. I'd rather have been the afternoon so I could come in early, see lunchtime, and then... But it was just great.
I always
I
said
loved it.
I like John Taylor. Yeah, 7 to 11. It was pretty sad to be fair. It was alright. But part of me wishes that I was at DeFros. I think DeFros was a school that felt like one what suited me more. Nothing against the John Taylor kids in that, but
John Taylor kids.
nothing against the John Taylor kids in that, but I didn't get on at that school very well. They didn't like me.
I don't think I would have.
No.
Well, I don't know, but I don't really know the demographic of that school because I always think of kids from that school. I always think it's the kind of kids that think they're posh, but they're also wankers. But I don't know whether that is generally the demographic of that school.
No, really. And I can see so there are kids like that, definitely. But I thought we were known as the proper drug head school. But I've said it plenty of times previously in podcasts, but never gone into it. I was a little cunt at school. I was horrible.
Really?
Horrible kid I was, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I was just a really angry kid. I think it's because I know I didn't like it and I had plenty of time there still. What?
Like the ginger kid, angry kid.
Oh, God. Fucking YouTube
Sorry.
channel. No, there's people now who I went to sixth form with, thinking we're 22 now. If you ask them, Harry, they'd probably go, knobhead, wanker.
That's why we
And
don't
it's
have any
'cause
viewers.
they haven't seen me since I left. I've grown up a lot since I've left. I do think I have.
You're still a bit of a knobhead though, in a nice.
Still,
in a
done a
nice
bit of a
way.
knobhead, but I was a horrible knobhead back then. I tend to be a knobhead now, where people go, "Oh, dickhead." I was quite horrible, nasty back then. And you
Really?
ask Prem would probably say the same.
Why?
As much as one of them was because when I was in first year of sixth form and I was there, it started way before I even started sixth form. Did you have an option where you get your GCSE results and you go to, I don't know what exactly it's called. It's not a parents' evening thing, but you go with your parents and you look through the type of courses you could go for at sixth form with the grades you've got.
Yeah,
what
like
you
an
could
open day
take.
thing.
Like an
Just-
open
yeah.
day for sixth
I remember
form
that.
thing.
Yeah, like a work. I think they called it some kind of workshop thing.
Yeah, like a workshop, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember one thing I really wanted to do, and I knew from about year 10 I wanted to do it, was psychology. Really wanted to do it. And I busted my balls off to get really good grades.
That's gone well then.
No, it's gone terribly, yeah, fucking hell. And I got a C in English. So I passed English. Fine. It was a fucking miracle I passed English. I didn't really get on well.
We're talking about GCSEs, aren't we?
GCSEs, yeah. No, I went to the evening. They said, so what are you looking at doing that now? And I said, BTEC sport, just because every fucking lad did sport. Every single fucking lad just went, sport, fuck it. And it was just easy to go for.
Not me.
Yeah, I'm talking about our school, no, not
Okay.
you.
Gosh.
But they did that. And then I said, I want to do psychology as well. And they literally just went, no.
Really?
And I looked at them all, I went, what do you mean, no? And they said you needed a B in English. And I was like, oh, fuck's sake. And I was a bit annoyed then. I just thought, right, there's something I really want to put my energy into. I can't. Right, what's my option then? I will stick you on combined science. What? I got a C in science. And they went,
Really?
yeah, but combined science is the one for you. No, I know what the one is for me. It's not science. I hated science. You know I hated science for years. I've only got a C in that. Yet you're making me do that rather than psychology. I found out when I'm on it, it's the fucking DOS's course. I'm telling you now, if any of you are thinking of taking applied science, don't do it.
No.
It's just a stupid course. And a part of it, again, was when I was in first year of sixth form. I was doing courses I know I didn't want to do, and I felt a bit lost. I just thought, what the fuck am I supposed to do here?
Yeah.
And I felt like that the whole time through sixth form, and it was annoying watching everybody else comfortable in their courses, quite happy doing it, and I just wasn't.
I get that,
didn't
yeah.
fit in with the group in my BTEC sport. That was it for me. I knew I didn't want to be there, doing the wrong thing, and I just didn't know what to do. Until I ended first year of sixth form, I just said to my mum, I'm getting an apprenticeship, I just need to do that. And it was the best thing for me, really, to be fair.
I couldn't do that. I remember finishing GCSEs, and you're obviously 16 years old, and it's like, right, I wasn't going to go get a job, and I just loved being around my mates all the time. So I was like, right, fuck it, I'll go sixth form. And they were like, what do you want to do? I said, I don't know what I want to do. And they were like, okay, do what you're good at then. I'm like, well, nothing. I remember my history teacher, Mr. Woolley, trying to convince me to do history. I bottled it and only got a B at GCSE. I don't know what courses you did in history GCSE. Did you study Nazi Germany and medicine at all?
Did medicine through times.
Yeah.
But it weren't nothing to do with Nazi Germany.
So you had two different exams, medicine through time and Nazi Germany. I was terrible at the medicine one, just because I couldn't remember it, and I was really good at the Germany one. Medicine, full marks, didn't drop a single mark in the exam, A star, and then the Germany one, E, maybe.
Weird, then
Maybe
that's
a
the one
D.
you're more intrigued with as
Couldn't
well.
believe it because I saw the first one, A star. I was like, oh my god, fucking hell! And then they only averaged a B, and I was quite annoyed about it.
Yeah.
So I didn't do history. I decided, and plus Mr. Woolley left, and he was the only kind of teacher I really liked. The rest of them were wankers.
Yeah.
Not that teachers in general. I mean history teachers, or maybe they weren't, but I didn't really know them. And then obviously the one that I smashed was RS because everyone does. Everyone gets an A in that.
I remember when I was in my mock and I didn't try and I got a G below an F.
Gee.
And even I got a B when I did
Oh, really?
GCSEs. I just fucking nailed it. You can't not pass RS. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I did that. I chose philosophy and ethics at sixth form, business, and English, because I got a B in.
So go again. What you picked? Philosophy and ethics, business and English.
Yeah,
Not history.
no.
No, that was just what it was about.
I got a B in English Lit and a C in language, and they only just accepted me in. Like, I want to do it. Fuck off.
That was me with psychology. I was like, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
No. Right. Okay. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's annoying. I got into that. Ethics was funny because it was me, Nick Carey, and Connor Jenkins, and then there was a couple of other lads like Josh Bates, and we used to really dick about and take the piss. And I remember after about 3 weeks, they had like a thing with all the students where they'd see how you're getting on and stuff, and I said, I fucking hate ethics. So they were like, you can drop it, but you've got to pick something else. You've got to do something else. And none of the teachers would let me on their courses apart from this teacher called Miss Brown. She was an IT teacher. She was probably about 25 and she was fucking useless. She was like, just come join us. So I was like, right, I dropped that, took up IT. So I was doing business, which was a BTEC, IT, which was a BTEC, and then English language, which was an actual A level. I hated English language. I had two teachers who were fucking... One was a fucking bellend. The other was Miss Fox, who was a nice woman, but she knew I wasn't interested, and I don't think she liked me because of it.
Yeah.
I think it used to piss her off.
That was me with all the applied science teachers. They knew I didn't give a shit about it.
Mm.
And that really nagged on them.
Yeah, I think it does really annoy them.
I can see
was
why.
there.
There's now I've left school. I can understand why I was an annoying
I get it. Yeah,
prick. Yeah.
I get it. Actually, I was a good student. I actually spoke to a teacher called Mrs. Tebbs the other day, Maisie's mum, and she said that I was a decent student because I've always wanted to know. Like, I always thought I was decent, but they might think he was a right cunt. But actually, I was apparently all right. And I only went to sixth form because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I just wanted to hang around my mates. And obviously, my girlfriend at the time went to sixth form. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll stick about then. And it was a great laugh.
Yeah.
IT was the first year we fucked it up so bad because Miss Brown was useless. We didn't do any work. So second year we had to do 2 years worth of work in that last year, and it was horrific. And then business, I had a teacher called Mrs. Desideri, Claire Desideri, who, she's obviously not going to be watching my podcast, was so annoying but so like crucial to me actually passing. She mentored me, like actually was my mentor, because I was just a bit of a fuck about and I didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
And she used to kick my arse every Monday, batter me, like after that lesson, just fucking batter me. She really did.
Not ruthless, like.
Not like ruthless, but like I'd go in, she'd be like, "Have you done this? No, you're a fucking cunt." Not literally.
Yeah, but in that sort of aspect, yeah.
And that was it. I hated it, and I used to get really pissed off about it because I was 18 years old, or 17, but then turned 18, and I was getting told off by some woman for not doing some homework that I didn't have to do.
Yeah.
It used to really annoy me, but it was all right. It was a good laugh. I got through first year, and then left for like 2 weeks. Fucked it off. I was like, I can't be arsed. Don't know why I did that. I think I just did that out of like, I can't be arsed to do this anymore. But then realised you can't just leave. You got to do something.
See, that was probably a good thing you did it though, because you're lucky they accepted you back in and you got on with it. If you didn't leave, you probably would have just dossed the whole fucking year and wasted it.
Yeah. No, I hated it in the first year. In some ways, because it was like I've chose to be. School was different. GCSEs and stuff. You have to be there and you have to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I chose to stay on and do 2 more years of studying that I didn't want to fucking do.
Yeah. No, similar to me in terms of GCSEs. I worked hard at them in the end because I thought, they convince you it really is important. It isn't. Like you really have to get them grades and them exams done. I mean, fucking way John Taylor are when they go, yeah, you get these grades at A levels, work hard, you go to uni, and I was sat there, but I don't want to go to uni. So why am I here? I thought, what the fuck am I doing? Because they made it out. That's what I don't like about them. They made out there was no other option. It was uni or nothing. And I thought, wait, but there is other options. I've looked into it. If I get these grades, I can get on a really good apprenticeship. And they were like, no, uni. I thought, why can't you let me have my own options that I've looked into and guide me that way? The education side of it was really good when I look back on it. They had really good teachers and the format was great. But in terms of career advice and thinking about it after, they weren't really good. I'm always a couple years ahead of myself, panicking, thinking, right, I'm 16 now, where do I want to be when I'm 18? Like now, I'm 22, I'm thinking, where do I want to be when I'm 25? Sure. And I think a lot of people I went to school with in sixth form did just relax about it and think, I get it, if I get it, I'll do this, I'll do it. I should have been like that, because I think I'd have been easier into it. I was too stressed there.
Yeah.
And overthinking everything too much. And I thought, yeah, this ain't for me. Definitely
Yeah.
not.
No, yeah. There's a guy called Sully Breaks, right? And he does this unbelievable... This is a YouTube video. This unbelievable, like... I guess it's a rap. I guess. It's more like a preach kind of thing. About how if education's the key, then school is the lock. Because it never develops your mind to the point where it should. Do you know what I mean? Like... School is just about ticking boxes. That's why you couldn't get onto certain courses in sixth form, because that doesn't tick the box. And it's like you're not going to benefit, because they have to benefit out of it. I'm pretty sure they get some kind of, I want to say like commission thing from students going to unis.
Yeah, they do.
From what
That's
a
why
teacher
they were
told
pushing
me.
it. If they got the right statistics and pushed so many students to uni with the right grades, they got the commission and
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
to strive towards that status, which I can get it from a perspective of their...
Yeah, but it's also it's kind of one of the reasons that I left after the first year, because it just annoyed me. I wasn't gaining anything from it. I didn't want to be there. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? And I was like, I'll go to college. And then I studied business in college. And I remember sitting there for 2 weeks, right? I'd been there and the thing is, they were doing the courses that I'd already done in the first year. So I had to do a separate course to everyone. But I was still in their class. So it was like I was sitting there listening all day for no reason. Then I had to do all my work. And I remember sitting there for 2 weeks and I thought, why the fuck have I come here?
Yeah.
Genuinely, I remember sitting in the lesson and just thought, why the fuck have I come here? What am I doing?
Yeah.
And then I walked out. I remember walking out at lunchtime, and I think I was on my moped. It's when I had a moped. And I pedded to De Ferrers, parked up, just walked in with my helmet, walked straight into head of 6, Karen Orbit, Kim Hobson. I said, I just want to come back. Can I come back? And they were like, yeah, go on then.
It's nice how they were like that, though.
Next
It's
day.
very good.
Well, I got on with them really well. Kim Hobson was head of year. She was head of attendance. And then Karen Orbit was head of sixth form. Not year, sixth form, whatever. And I needed to make friends with head of attendance because I was always fucking late. So it's like I'd come in late, I'd walk upstairs and they'd be like, oh, Connor, for fuck's sake. And then Tom Hutchinson, who was in our classes, would come in late and they go, for God's sake, Tom, look at the time. But the thing is, we used to do this in English. This is the thing in English. And some of the lads that, like Toby and Nathan and Matt will back this up, and Brad Peach, if he's watching, what a ledge. So Tom would walk in late. Okay, this was just an example of how I managed to get away with shit all the time. Tom would walk in at like 9:15, 15 minutes late. And they'd be like, for fuck's sake, Tom, what are you doing? You're a knobhead. And I'd walk in 5 minutes later and they'd go, oh, yeah, sit down, don't worry. I think Miss Fox didn't really like me. She used to, because I didn't listen, I wasn't interested, I didn't want to be there. I was never gaining anything from English.
No.
Because I knew that I had my 2 B-Techs, which I was just going to get distinction stars in anyway. Didn't fucking matter about that. Because just going to get a distinction star in business and IT. Come on, fucking hell. I didn't in the end, actually. Got a distinction star in business and like a merit in IT, thanks to Miss Brown. And also thanks to a guy called Tim Stratton.
Tim grew up in Stratton?
Yeah, he didn't actually. But he was the supply teacher we had for a year. And he didn't have a fucking clue. He didn't know what he was doing, like, at all. And he come in the first day, right? We had a guy called Mr. Kerry, who was the biggest. And I tell you what, the teachers at the school have backed this up. I've had this back to our teachers. He was a fucking arsehole.
Really?
Dickhead.
Why?
Just rude, nasty.
Yeah.
Like, just always was. Like, to teach other teachers, he was rude and just not very nice. To kids, he was just a bellend.
Yeah.
And he went off sick for a year, thank God. He's all right, so I can say that. But and we had this guy called Tim Stratton, and he walks in the first day, And he sits down and he calls us up one by one. He's called a few people up and they walked away looking a bit confused. And I was like, what's he doing? Like, sat at his desk. And he goes, right, Connor Birtles. And I sit down and he goes, so your surname Birtles? And I was like, yeah. And he's typing something. And he goes, oh, interesting. And turns the computer to me and he goes, that translates to Old Fort in Old English. I'm like, what? And then just started telling me about my surname for ages. Right? And then he was telling me about the geography of my surname and where it's most common. And he was like, right, that's everything. We used to really take the piss with him. So we found him on Facebook and we printed out his profile picture and it was him like round the side of a tree. So we printed like...
Is that a Ben Higginson photo?
No, I don't think so. Or maybe it is. And there's a guy called Dave Collis, and I think Josh Bates did it as well. They printed off like, must have been 1,000 copies of this fucking profile picture and cut his face out. And when he walks into their lesson one day, they just threw 1,000 copies of his face at him, like laughing at him. And then a few weeks after, he sat in his chair and we weren't doing any work. I think at this point he was getting a bit aggy with us for not doing anything. And Josh Bates and Dave pulled out a rope and tied him to his chair.
No.
He lost his head. It was
They
fucking...
tied him to a chair.
Oh man, it was so funny. This is why I loved sixth form, because it was just a...
That's another level of piss take.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
You could not do that at John Taylor.
He didn't. He took it really badly.
Yeah.
If he did it to a normal teacher, you would have got excluded. Job done, probably.
Substitute, yeah.
But he was just some random sub teacher that didn't know what he was just completely out of his depth.
Rope tied him to a chair. That's bad.
It was
That's
unbelievable.
awful, isn't it? Jesus.
It's a bit of a tangent, I know, but it was just fucking
Yeah,
so
it's a
funny.
funny story though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was hilarious. That's why I love sixth form, like just that. Got to
I
the point-
wish I could have memories like that. I just don't. I don't have them. It's a shame. I enjoyed my college. When I did accountancy, it was nice. I'd do
Yeah, I
9
guess
till
so.
12, and then they'd go, you done it all, yeah? See ya. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it gave you the incentive. If you just smashed it in the morning, got it done, blitzed it, you can just fuck off home. And I was like, well, I'll fucking do it then.
Hmm.
And I used to go, because I could drive at that point, and it was nice. I'd drive home, Mum would go, surely you're not done. Go, I've nailed it. It's done.
Did you ever get excluded from school?
Never know. I was
No.
always a little shit at school,
Hmm.
but never awful in terms of, I would never really have fights with people. I wouldn't set fire to shit. I was just a nuisance. Like if someone was like, Harry, yeah, I'd just go, fuck off. And they'd be like, oh, what the fuck?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just an horrible kid.
Interesting. I got excluded.
There's people who
once.
haven't seen me since sixth form would probably go, he's a fucking arsehole. I was, but I've grew up now, I'm fine.
You still
It happens.
are a bit of an arsehole though. In the
Not
nicest
as
way.
bad as I was.
I don't know
though.
what you were like back
Yeah,
then,
that's the
but
thing.
I got excluded in year 8 once, and I'm still annoyed about this to this day, right? So I called a teacher at PD. Right, but as like a 12-year-old kid,
Yeah.
basically he was staring at us, and I said to this lad that I was with, I was like, what is it, a fucking pedo? And he laughed, and then he was like, oh, what did you say? And then he said, oh, he just said you're a pedo, sir. And he lost it. And about
Yeah.
7 or 8 different teachers come shouting at us, like proper belting shouting at us. And I was just thinking, I remember as a 12-year-old at the time, I remember he come up to me and he's like, you could have cost me my career today. I was thinking, I'm 12 years old, mate, fuck off.
You're 12 and you're thinking that.
Do you know what I mean? I remember there's a woman called Caroline Wakelin, right, who was like a RS teacher, and she
I
was
remember all that. Mate, I can't remember the names of my teachers like this.
no,
Fucking hell, no.
got on quite well with them also.
English teachers, I couldn't tell you a fucking name of a single one of them.
Mm.
Maths teachers, how do you remember all these names? Jesus.
Just remember them all. Well, she was a lovely woman, like just a very nice woman, I think. She always was to me anyway. I don't know about everybody else. But when this happened when I was 12 years old, she come up to me and I remember she like crouched down and right in my face and she's like, I'll do everything in my power to make sure you never come back here. I remember her saying it. I remember I can
That's
still
someone who cares about the job, isn't it?
I could vision it now, and I thought, now I think, what a fucking stupid thing to say to a 12-year-old kid. It's not like I'm 18 and I've just accused him of being a paedophile for a
it's
joke.
criminal charges and shit like
I just
that,
said as a joke to a mate. I didn't even say, you're a pedo. I said to my mate, is he a pedo? I got 2 weeks exclusion for that, and it was the best 2 weeks of my life. Imagine being 12 years old saying 2 weeks off. They give you lines to write. It took me about 4 hours, and then that was it for 2 weeks.
Mental.
Because obviously my
Fucking
mum,
insane.
I lived with my dad at the time actually, and he was at work every day. So I just sat on my Xbox all day.
Yeah, I never got excluded, but I got into isolation in the
No,
first few
really?
weeks of year 7.
Yeah.
There was about fucking half of a class that got put into isolation.
Really?
Because we had a sub-teacher straight away, and we just thought, right, we need to, well, I wouldn't know, test the boundaries of these sub-teachers. How far can we go? So we used to get Haribo sweets, eat them in half, lick them so they're sticky, just fucking launch them at the ceiling.
Oh,
And we
really?
did the same with them. We'd stick them to pencils, launch them. And by the end of the lesson, they were all over the fucking ceiling, just hanging pencils, arrows
really?
everywhere. And they went fucking ape shit about it. Absolutely,
That's
man.
disgusting
I remember
as
them
well.
coming into a detention I already had. Is Harry Atkins in here? And I just sat there and thought, I ain't raising my hand, I ain't saying a fucking thing. And I could
Brilliant.
see my mate in the corner of my eye like that. I was going, stop staring at me, stop staring at me.
Ah,
No,
yeah.
Harry Atkins in here, no. And the teacher didn't know who I was. They went, no, I don't think so. He went, right. And as he left, I was going, shit. What was So I
Brilliant.
felt that scared. I went into him after he went, hi, okay, you all right? How you doing? Really nice. I was like, yeah, sit down. What are you here for? I went, oh, I'm Harry Atkins. And he just went, bang, for.
Really?
Oh, no, he went, absolutely
Jeez.
ape shit. He went, why didn't you say who you was? I was like, you were screaming at the top of your
How old
lungs.
were you?
Like 11.
It annoys me that shit.
Yeah,
does,
it's proper intimidating. When they said, why didn't you say you was? I was like, you were belting at the top of your voice.
Mm.
I don't know what you're going to do. I'm 11. I've only just started this fucking school.
Yeah.
Jesus.
See, that's what I just hated teachers like that, because there were certain teachers that, like the
Overboard with
knobheads like
power,
that,
innit?
the knobheads like that, I would be a bit of a dickhead to.
Yeah,
But
when I
just
were a
like
knobhead, I'd
cocky.
think, wait, how far can I push it?
Mm.
Like, don't do that, because I won't give an incentive to go worse. If someone went, I'd go, right, how far can I fucking push them now? Because I was
Yeah.
horrible.
The best tactic, and there was every school has these teachers, and it was the best tactic I've ever seen. They wouldn't say anything when you were dicking about in class. Wouldn't say anything, and they just turn around, write your name on the board.
Yeah, because you'd go, wait.
But you weren't
What's
doing.
gonna-
So you might be sitting there not particularly doing that much, and she just puts Connor Birtles, and I'm going, what have I done? She's just completely not acknowledging me, or he, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the best tactic.
It is,
you
because
can
I
use.
remember they used to do it, and they used to think, what does that mean?
Yeah, you
What,
don't know
that
what
could
it
mean
means.
anything, yeah.
Yeah.
If they said, right, you're in detention after school, I'd go, oh, so I'll just let my mum know, I'm going to be a bit late, fuck it.
And the rest of the class,
Yeah,
you
when they
because
write
you're
your
already in
name,
detention.
you go, you're thinking, wait, what's this leading to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does work.
It did work. The thing is, there were teachers like that would never really go mad, like Mickey O'Hare, for example, Mr. O'Hare. He would never really go mad at you, but he could be quite intimidating. Because of that, you just respected the bloke. You didn't really fuck about.
Yeah.
He'd never shout at you and go mental.
It's
But
the
he'd really
teachers that
intimidate
guilt trip you as well. Like, we had a teacher who used to go, how patient have I been with you? Like, how much have I helped you and you're doing this? And you'd think, oh, yeah. The teachers that used to just bang their heads against the walls, it was funny. We had a teacher that got to that point. He just turned around and started headbutting the whiteboard. Mental.
Really?
Insane. And we were all going, what the fuck? And he went, come on, kids, join in. This is what it gets you to. We were like, all right. We all started headbutting them all. So the
Really?
whiteboard. If
Jesus.
anyone walked past that classroom, they'd have thought it was fucking
That's
deranged.
fucking mental. Anyway, this is actually called Life After School.
Yeah,
so
that
we
was
should-
that was the biggest. We said, oh, just a little bit in school. Fuck me,
Yeah.
Jesus. When you left school, what was your plan? You know, when you were finishing sixth form and you thought, right, this is what I'm going to do now. What was it? Because I bet it's nothing like what it was.
Didn't have one. Literally right at the last minute, when it was like, because obviously the whole of sixth form's leading up to going to uni, and it was right at that last minute of, right, this is your last call now. You going or you're not going? And it was like, no, I'm not going, and I don't regret it at all. It was the
What,
best
go
decision.
to uni? you
To
mean?
uni,
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't go because I didn't want to do. I was just picking business management because I wanted something to do, and I would have been banged in no end of debt right now for no reason. I was sad when I left school. Really sad, actually. I remember walking out of that front gate and I turned around and looked at the school and I thought, shit.
See, that's mad to think you were like that, and I never looked back. I just walked out that school. I thought, thank fuck.
What, 7 years of going to the same building,
Yeah, that's
well,
what it was for me. It's just
2 buildings.
sick of seeing that building. I thought, fuck this, I'm done with it.
No, I think at the time, I remember at the time, if I could go back to myself 3 years ago or whenever it was, I hated it. I hated being in sixth form every day. I hated getting up and going to school. But I also didn't hate it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd say I fucking hate this, but I didn't actually hate it.
Yeah.
But I left school, I didn't have a single plan. We were working at St George's Park and I just went full time. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I think it wasn't until I got with my ex-girlfriend where she kind of just made me sort myself out of it.
Yeah.
Why? Well, you went to college.
Yeah, I mean, when I left sixth form, I remember I left the first year, and it was August. We were meant to go back on something like the 8th of September, and on the 22nd of August I said to my mum, I'm not going back. She went, we've left it too late, you're not going to get a job now. She said, you've got to go. I said, I guarantee I'll find something. She said, you won't. Just get on with it. And I got the bus into Burton. I was handing fucking CVs everywhere, asking everyone about it. And I used to go to just some boxing gym. It was just a gym where they just taught you boxing. It was sound. And I remember there was a woman there who was quite nice. And she said, look, I've got something at my place. Come for an interview. We'll see how you get on. And she just gave it me. And I remember that it was the 4th of September. I said to Mum, I've got something. And she couldn't fucking believe it. She was like, oh my God, fair play. Nice. And they rang me and they said, you've got to fill in this form if you're coming back tomorrow. And I went, I'm not. And it was really nice. I felt good saying it, like, nah, I'm not coming back. Because they made it seem like it was never an option to just leave and get an apprenticeship. And I did it, and I thought, brilliant.
Yeah, interesting.
And my plan at that point was, I'll do my accountancy, I'll nail this, I'll get a good job. And I enjoyed my accountancy, but I thought after it, oh God, I can't be able to sit at a desk every day for the rest of my life. Fuck that.
It's boring, isn't it?
Like, there's people now who are going to be doing their A-levels that are probably thinking, right, I've got these grades, but I don't know what to do. I'm 22 and I don't know what to do still. I still don't know what I want to do. Like, I'm in a good job. My job, I really like the job I'm in. And it's mad to think there's prospects in both of our jobs where we could earn potentially really good money. And I didn't need them A-levels.
I wish they would have told or made it more obvious that you don't have to go straight to uni from sixth form.
See, this is the thing, yeah. Like, you could go uni now if you wanted and start now.
I could go in 10 years if I wanted to.
Of course you can.
Yeah, it's more difficult to do it.
Don't feel pressured to go straight away after school. Definitely not.
I wish they would have made
that more...
one thing
I wish I did have a gap year and did something mental. I do wish I had just 1 year of thinking, like, let's just do something now that I might never get a chance to do.
Yeah, but realistically...
realistically, you never have no money. You never
have exactly.
Fucking go with it. It never happened anyway.
Like I mean, we had our fun that summer. We went on lads' holidays and dicked about. And then it was like September. I remember... Because I remember finishing school in like June, the end of sixth form, and I said I'm going to go full time in September or October, maybe it was later on. I said I'm just going to have this time because I remember they offered me a full time contract, and I said I want it, but I just want to not do anything for the next few months and just fucking chill out.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known a bit better about the whole idea of, because I would have tried if they would have said to me GCSE level, when you finish sixth form, you've got time. You don't have to go straight to uni. I think I would have probably tried harder knowing and tried to figure out something that I wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't have I don't think there is a job for me that I could do for the rest of my life.
No, there isn't. That's like me. I've constantly got to mix stuff up. Like this job I'm in now, I'm really happy doing it. But I reckon I can imagine it now in 4 or 5 years. I think, no, I need something different. I'll always be like that. I can never have a career. A lot of people are suited for a career. And I get the people that go uni, say if you want to be a teacher, a doctor and stuff like that, and you have to go uni and you know that's your career. Yeah, I respect it then. When you're in uni just for the social side of it, like, just think about it. It's a big decision. I call them the Mickey Mouse courses. And it's just courses where they're not really leading to a job. You're just going for the sake of going uni and to get that ticked off. For example, like, probably controversial. Tell me if it's different. I don't know. Courses like dance, where
but is that actually a uni course?
Yeah, I swear to God. Yeah.
Well, I don't agree with you.
No,
mentioned it a few minutes ago.
Dance and art and stuff like that. The way I think about dance is if you're really good at dance and you've been doing it for quite a long time, because a lot of people are into dance, do it from young, and they go to like theatrical schools, all that shit. Go to auditions and you can make it well. I feel like if you have to go uni still to learn about dance, maybe it's... I don't know. I look at it in a weird way and think, are you making it a career or are you doing it because you enjoy it and it's a hobby? Should that be a university course for you?
Of course.
Or should it just be a side piece thing?
I don't agree with you at all, and I think that we're the worst people to talk about.
Oh, well, I can imagine
because the
people
thing is, I know
thinking,
people that have gone to study like art and photography and stuff.
See, photography is it's a weird bracket of art. It makes sense. Oh, I'm talking about the ones who just do painting and stencils.
Yeah, but that's not a thing. You don't go you don't go to uni for 3 years and just do stencils and painting. But you're learning more. It's more advanced learning. You're probably getting better opportunities. You're getting
theory of art and history of art and shit like that. That's all it is.
No, there is purpose to it. Of course, there's purpose to it.
If anyone wants to prove
better
it,
opportunities, you'll get. What's it called when you can just have a year off and have a job? What's it called? I don't know what it's fucking called.
Internships.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
You can get them opportunities. You build in your portfolios. There are probably things out there and courses. The thing is, I always think of uni. The reason I almost went to uni is because I thought it's just a life experience. I mean, it is a bit stupid in a way because obviously it's going to cost you 40 grand.
Yeah, this is again me thinking a few years ahead of myself. I'm thinking it's a life experience, but at what cost is it a life experience? Surely you've got to just. There's people who I know when I'm going to uni, I'm going to what are you doing? I'll do this, you'll be fine. No, have a bit of structure to it. Think about it for a sec. It's quite. 3 years of your life is a fucking long time.
The other side of that is that we're 22 now. Everyone's finished uni. They're probably in exactly the same position as us now, and they're going to be better than us, probably. Well, they might not be.
But at the same time,
you can say they've
the
wasted
supermarkets.
3 years of their life, 4 years of their life. But what have we done for the last 4 years? Have you done anything in the last 4 years that's so crucial to where you are now? No, you haven't.
No, I haven't. No, that's very true, yeah. But you're right, yeah, what have I done in the last 3 years that's got me to where I am?
Yeah.
Nothing. I've burnt my hands and I've just fucking got a new job. Brilliant. There we go. Done.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, it's easy to just knock people, but some people do just want to go for the experience. Some people will just study anything random, but most people will go for a reason.
Yeah.
And you do kind of need to have a degree nowadays. Like when employers look,
I don't agree.
no, for decent jobs, employers
No.
want degrees.
Don't agree.
No, not for so much shit like.
The first thing they said to me in my accountancy thing is it's if you go uni for it, fair enough. But I remember we had an accountancy teacher that come in who had a background work in accountancy, and he said if he was to look at a CV, if he saw a level 4 course over a uni one, he'd pick it. He says uni's just too much of theories on accountancy. It's not actually practical work and getting the knowledge of it.
That's one.
You can still get decent jobs without a degree.
No, I'm not saying you
Definitely.
can't get. I'm not saying that because you can. Of course you can. But for things that people.
For things like business and stuff, yeah, definitely. You need a business degree, don't you?
I mean, that's just one bloke telling you that one thing.
Yeah.
You still, for most people that want to go into specific areas and specific things, like people that study like criminology or
Oh, yeah, I
film
remember that
directing
about
or-
psychology when I didn't do it at A level. I thought, can I still do it? And I thought, oh no, you definitely need your A levels
Yeah.
in psychology. Yeah, to go into any
exactly like this job that I'm in, I randomly. People that say getting jobs is hard are just fucking lazy people. I'm going to just say that for one. Because
you know what, I agree.
I had one. I remember wanting to get a new job. It was when I got banned from driving because of medical reasons, not drinking or anything like that. Fuck off. And I had to get a new job because I lived in Derby and it was fucking 14 miles to fucking work and back. And my mum was having to drop me off every day and it's a fucking nightmare. Taxis were like 40 quid. So I thought I'm going to have to get a new job. Like I just need to do it. And I remember going on. I googled top 50 businesses to work for. The Times thing. Mower Point was on there. I thought, fuck it. I'll go on the website. Is there any jobs? Customer care advisor after sales. Applied for it. A couple of weeks later, they got a phone call interview. Do you want to come down? I came down. It was the most relaxed interview I've ever had. And they a few days later called me back and said, "Do you want the job?" Yeah. And then I was in that job. After 6 months, they said, "Do you want to move to sales?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." You can just go to uni and jump to that position, or you can get into the business and work your way up to that position. But neither one of them strategies is wrong.
No, yeah.
That's the point. Don't feel like you have to go. I mean, I work with so many people that, or previously have been to uni and got degrees for random stuff, and they've ended up selling cars.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. This is what I mean about people having a course in mind. Now, say there's someone, I don't know, sat there and they're going to do finance business admin at uni. I guarantee most of them will come out of uni and not do a job like that. They'll end up somewhere else. And you just do, it's not a bad thing, you're still in a good job. But so much changes between leaving school and now.
If I could give anyone advice, that because I think you've got two different types of people that come out of sixth form. You've got the people that know what they want to do, and they just know, and they know where they're going, and they know they're going to uni.
And you know what? I remember thinking them people were mental, but there are some people that have done what they said they're doing. I go, oh, right, brilliant. Wow,
there are them
fair play to
people,
you.
and then there's the other people who are like you and me that are like, I don't know what I want to do. I just say, if anybody happens to have randomly clicked this video and they're still listening to this shit, which I highly doubt they are, I honestly say, just drop it. Have a year and just decide.
Yeah.
I'll go to uni next year, or in that year you might find a job that you really like, or don't don't worry about having one job for your whole life. You don't have to have
Yeah.
one job for your whole
That
life.
similar to what advice I'd give. If you're lost and you're a bit unsure, don't look for a career. Just get a job, because getting a job can lead you to some fucking amazing places. Because a lot of what I've heard, and it is true, the amount of people I've knew that have helped me get into better positions is 100% true. It's not always what you know, but get to know people, get in different jobs, and build confidence to talk to people and ask people stuff, and you'll get quite far.
Yeah.
Definitely. Don't look for a career and think that's got to be it. Do jobs, and you might, like in this job I'm in now, there's prospects to go up still. And just because I haven't seen it as a career, it doesn't mean I can't make it one.
Yeah.
But I'm just seeing it as a job.
This is the mental thing. Like, I look at my job. I was fucking terrible at maths, by the way. Now I work in finance.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
How? This is the thing. I don't fucking know anything about maths.
And you can learn anything. You can learn anything. As long as you work hard at it and you put your mind to it and you get on with it, you can learn whatever you want to do. I don't think there's any limits to what you're capable of doing. Of course there isn't.
Yeah.
When you look at people and you think, how have they done that job? Well, just from starting at the bottom like everyone else. You can fucking do it.
Yeah.
I look at my job sometimes and where I'm at, and I think, how am I even working here? Like, how I've got about it. Like, no A levels or nothing. Like, I've dicked about, and I'm still here, doing well
Yeah.
for myself. I knew the
That's
one thing
funny.
I'd miss at uni. The only one thing I ever thought about uni was like living with your mates, and I thought that'd be quite cool. I've still done that. It's fine. You don't have to go to uni for that neither. I mean,
Yeah, I've never done that.
think about it and plan it out. But that was one thing I'm glad I've done, and it's out of the way. I've got it sound. I've done it. It's done. I'll never have that.
Yeah,
regret
that's
at all.
one thing I've never done. Maybe one day I'll do that, but I don't think so. I don't think it'd be for me. I'd just say, don't worry about it.
No, definitely.
Take your time with it. Like, you're 18 when you leave. Like, I'm 22 and I still don't
Imagine
know.
being
It doesn't
18
matter.
again. God, you've got so much fucking time. It's unbelievable how much time you actually have.
Yeah.
You can sit back and think, right, let's have a look. Like, when I said about this as well, being in my job and thinking, wait, I didn't need a degree for this. That's what I mean. People are probably thinking they can't do jobs. But look into it. You probably can. Look into every single job possible that you think you want to do that you thought you need a degree for. You probably don't. You probably have to take 2 steps back and work somewhere else to build up to it. But you're 18. Do it. By the time you're 23, 24, you're in that job you wanted. It's so worth it.
Well, it's like, yeah,
100%.
absolutely. It's like people our age, or I assume John Taylor's the same. If I look back at my school, you've got fucking people working for secret fucking government agencies. You've got people that have got 2 kids. You've got people that are getting married.
You've got
People like me that are just
dead.
living at home with no money doing fuck all.
Yeah.
People that unfortunately are dead. Yeah.
It's mental.
R.I.P. But everyone's just so fucking... There's nothing wrong with any of them paths.
Nothing at all. No.
Do what you want.
They all build you into the character you are anyway, I think. One thing that I felt like has helped me not mature, grow up, is that I used to overthink way too much. Now, I just go with it. Whatever happens, happens. It's just... Like when you said, I've got this job at my place, do you want to go for it? I go, yeah, what is the worst that can happen? They say no and I'm looking for a job still. Don't overthink shit.
Yeah.
And I used to do that way too much when I was younger. 16, 17, I'd overthink everything. And I was just horrible.
Yeah. You also get them people that their parents kind of dictate what they do. And I was very lucky in the sense that my parents they were like, do whatever makes you happy, it doesn't fucking matter. But you do have people where I bet their parents are forcing them to take certain paths. And they might want to do them paths maybe, but do what you want to do.
Do what you want. Yeah,
if your mum and dad want you to do something you don't want to do it, tell them, I'm not doing it. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, literally.
Seriously, what are they going to do?
Especially if you're living with your parents. Take advantage of that. Absolutely milk the fucking shit out of it and go for stuff and try stuff. And if it doesn't work, you've got no outgoings anyway. You're living at home with your mum and dad and you're getting fed. Do it while you fucking can now.
Yeah.
100%.
Get a fucking nice car.
Because that's the thing with me now. I'm
phone,
thinking now, the stuff I might try where I'm living with mum and dad, but I'm 22 now. I wish I could have done that when I was 18.
You still do it?
Oh my God. It's just way more time in advance, isn't it, to get it done? It's mental.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You still got time. People don't move out till their late 20s anyway.
No.
I think you underestimate. My cousin was telling me the other day that she's only just moved out and she's 30.
That's how it is nowadays, isn't it? It's too
She's like, well,
expensive.
like she's just bought the tiniest house because that's all she can fucking afford.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, I've got fucking ages. I'll stay here for another 8 years, no problem.
Because I can imagine there's people opening results really thinking it is like the end of the world. I promise you it ain't. There's so much. If you're thinking that's the end of the world, fuck it. Good luck for the next few years. Fuck me. So much is going to happen. Think how much is... Like, when I just think from this time last year, how much has fucking changed in 1 year?
Yeah, true.
1 year. Unfucking believable. Don't underestimate time, honestly.
And this time next year we'll be famous podcasters. So.
Exactly.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
See you again on the midweek Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
See you later, people.
Guys.